Today on The Upload, we're talking about Skye Larson, the enigmatic founder of Broker Tech. Everyone knows her name, but no one knows too much about her. And we only really see her these days as a hologram. She was pretty young when she launched...
Can never be too careful.
Searching for dangerous moving individuals. All citizens have a fucking ridiculous. Observe, report, keep crime levels down, and your streets safe.
Of course. Of course.
Is a security risk. Do not compromise your safety or the safety of others through all any persons directly
I'm doing my best.
Alert triggered. Come with me now. Bollocks. Lots of bollocks.
AI giant Broker Tech announced today that they are canceling Daybreak, the neural mapping technology designed to allow people to live forever. A spokesperson for the company told press the decision to shutter the project was made out of respect for the memory of their founder, the late Skye Larson. What the company has in store following the death of their illustrious leader remains to be seen.
programs lead you rather to digital attacks and compromises security.
Yeah, keep it up and watch what happens, you dog.
Remember to be vigilant when going about your daily activities. Report any suspicious activity or individuals.
Yes, nicely done. That'll get people's attention. Let them know someone is standing up to Albion. Light the spark that they can stand up to.
If nothing else, it'll relieve their eye strain.
Flagged for investigation.
Boss. I hear you.
All identification being already.
Just saw some total dickhead tagging a statue.
Oh yeah. One of them has to leave their mark on everything, yeah? Idiots.
That's not his statue.
Against Albion drones is a criminal offense.
Yes.
Isn't it? Ever since Broker hooked up with Bloom, that's when things changed.
And really, that's not actually that great. Bloom has data on everybody. They collect information about everything you're doing across the web through your optic headset. Isn't the AI only good because of Bloom surveillance?
Well, I suppose so, but I prefer not to talk about that side of things. Bagley is so special because it's been trained on this huge cache of information. That's how these AI systems work, or at least used to work. I mean, we don't really know that much about the latest version because there's so much secrecy around the tech. But they're given this huge amount of training data. It's basically a huge database that's used to teach the AI about patterns patterns in behaviour. You know, so if you always travel the same way to your house, it can predict when you're going to go and get a self-driving car ready for you before you even ask for it.
That's pretty terrifying. In some ways, I don't want this data to drive my life. It understands too much at times. Have you heard some of the rumours around the hacked version of Bagley?
I've heard mutterings, yes.
I've heard it's been used by DedSec.
I wouldn't put it past them. It's pretty well known that they're not fans of Bloom. But the idea of a souped-up version of Bagley, given it's already so intelligent, is a bit terrifying.
I wonder what they could actually make it do.
You're listening to The Bar.
May cause nausea and vomiting and headache.
Nobody's here. Searching elsewhere. Trespasser may have fled.
I'll do a sweep.
Clear!
Spread out. Stay in contact. Christ, no one here.
All good. I'll try somewhere else. Moving on. No one's here. Nothing here. Redirecting.
Check everywhere.
They got one. Tag them.
It's clear. Moving on.
Keep your eyes open.
Suspect is still here.
Negative contact. Moving on.
Where are you hiding?
This area is clear. Keep moving. Yeah, still looking.
One of ours is down! Wait, what was that noise? They could be anywhere.
What do we have, Bagley?
A list of what Albion consider high-value targets that are threats to the peaceful running of London. See here, a journalist, and this one runs a community shelter. Good God, bar your doors.
What the fuck?
All suspected of sowing rebellion or exhibiting tendencies towards. Albion is systematically arresting people even before they rise up. Joke's on them. This list can actually help us find like-minded allies willing to help us. Well done. We're already seeing results from what you've done. That list we found named a journalist in Camden who's been investigating Albion. We reached out and he's got information that can help us. I think you should meet with him.
Send the coordinates to my optic.
And today, we're going to talk to you about Albion. Alex, the government has extended Albion's contract and have also noticed that violent crime has plummeted to a record low. Now, extending Albion's contract, to me, that's like having a pet dog, let's call it Nigel for the sake of argument, that attacks you every single day and thinking to yourself, wouldn't it be nice if Nigel had puppies?
That contract has been extended so many times. It's like the neck of a politician that's criticised the government.
Auto drive now disabled.
I'm not sure entirely how those contract extension negotiations went. Probably like a footballer. In the old days, I assume Albion's agent was leaking stories to the press about how our favourite private military was tracked down by staff.
Yes, very good. Do you need another lesson?
Heard you're in need of some help? What is it?
You're the crew that's been sticking it to Albion? Can't believe someone else is. Thought I was alone, right? Not doing much, just putting the word out. But you? Taking action, mate.
If we don't do something now, Albion will keep escalating until there's literally no stopping them. So, you have intel for us?
Almost got clip finding this. All of Albion's operational data for the entire city. Convoy routes, surveillance targets, assets. It's all there. Thinking you can make good use of that.
I couldn't agree more.
Here's a sample. Albion's closed King's Cross to the public, right? But what people don't know is that they're using it as their logistics centre. Materials, troops, whatever. A lot of it runs through there. You want to give the people a huge boost? Hit that place. Put it out of commission, and you'll severely hamstring Albion's operations here in Camden. Hell, everywhere.
Fairly obvious what to do then.
Albion's housed a massive hybrid power generator in there. Output must be immense. You cause a power surge in that beast and boom.
How do you know that? Albion would heavily restrict that kind of intel.
It cost me a news drone. Okay, maybe. Getting to that generator ain't gonna be easy. They've locked it up tighter since I last saw.
Thoughts?
My news drones are still in here. They should be functional. You can use one of them. Probably have better luck piloting it too, yeah?
Well, causing a power surge in a hybrid power generator isn't like making a toasty. We're going to need detailed specifications.
We should check it out. Take a look at this.
Cool, looks bloody complicated. Newsy's got a pretty functional camera. Would a picture do you, Bagley?
It would indeed. According to this, there's an override code that'll get us into the generator's system. That's it. Use the code on the generator and I can trigger a power surge.
It should be enough to take King's Cross offline, and the rail system too. Here we go.
Right! Go for it, DedSec!
That was off the chain, mate. I knew DedSec weren't the bad guys Albion was saying. Now the rest of Camden will too. Thanks.
Cheers.
Now that you've shown the borough what DedSec is really all about, there are going to be folks wanting to join up. A lot of people have been looking for a way to fight back. In fact, there's one in particular I suspect will contact you very soon. I happen to know they're champing at the bit.
Send them our way. DedSec needs to grow. We'll be happy to have recruits.
I hate putting Mary Kelly on the back burner while she continues to destroy lives with those microchips, but for now, we've no choice.
Then perhaps it's time to have a closer look at the elephant in the room. Nigel Cass, billionaire warmonger, and current CEO of our local horde of thugs, Albion BMC.
Cass certainly profited most from the bombings. We can inspire London to resist from now till forever, but it still won't break Albion's grip on the city. Not with Cass at the top.
Oh, that's bloody grand. You want us to go confront the CEO of the private military corporation that's got everyone by the short and curlies? It's utter foolishness.
Bagley's come across a possible gap in Cass's armor. An ex-insider, ex-friend with an axe to grind. He'd be an asset if we can find and convince him to work with us. Come to the safe house. We'll talk it through.
They certainly look like they're trying to hit a quota of some kind.
What is the set rate? Is it 99.95 cryptos bargain? Seems very reasonable indeed. I imagine it don't last too much anyway. Albion, because it's just so nice to get paid for doing your hobby anyway, isn't it? I imagine it doesn't even feel like work.
I mean, who needs violent crime anymore anyway? You know, you can just starve to death without even starting a gang war.
We do have to ask exactly what does the Prime Minister make of all this. Let's ask him. Oh, I don't pick up. Hello, you're from number 10 Downing Street. Hello, is the Prime Minister there, please? Just check. Sorry, you've missed him. I'm afraid he's popped out for the decade. Oh, never mind. Is there anyone else I can talk to? Yes, of course. There's a shady cabal of vested interest in controlling and propping him up in power. Great, I'll have a chat with them then.
Oh, Andy, remember when you could get away with prank calls without people coming around to your house to beat the shit out of you?
Oh, happy times.
You're listening to The Bar.
Did you think the Prime Minister will we'll ever come back?
I don't think we've ever had a Prime Minister.
Well, that's a much more reassuring way of looking at things. What have we become? Alice, when you look at the state of our politics, we're supposed to have the mother of parliaments. Well, this is one mother that has emphatically abandoned her kids in the woods to be brought up by wolves. And let me tell you, that never works out like it does in the stories. Wolves are bad parents, unless you're a wolf, in which case they can do a job bringing you up as a wolf. Do not give your children to wolves. And do we actually own anything as a country now? Is there anything we haven't flogged off for profit? Oh, I think we've basically just become a homeopathic Britain. Diluted until there's barely a trace of the original bread left.
Thought I might never make it back here.
I think I'm getting the hang of this whole resisting stuff.
Agreed.
I stopped Albion Mercs trying to arrest a kid for something she didn't do. Some people even decided to join in. Seeing me resisting gave them the courage.
Feels good to be doing something that really matters.
We need to keep this going. Never stop fighting. We'll make our mark.
How you doing? I hope you don't mind me getting situated in your safe house. Crime marches on, and so will I. There are still cases that need to be closed, if you'll help me.
Consider it done.
Excellent. I uploaded a case to Bagley. He can brief you on it.
Kelly's been sending a ton of crypto to an unknown party in Cairo. Something to do with Kronos X.
That new drug, right. The cops were trying to keep it off London streets. Back when the cops tried to do things.
It's a highly addictive psychotropic with a staggeringly high fatality rate that stands to make Clan Kelly a lot of money.
The cost of countless lives, no doubt.
Well, the phrase Finsbury New Project keeps popping up in their comms, if you'd like to take a look into it. Right, let's talk about Albion PMC, the only British organisation to successfully oppress more of the developing world than the British government. Led by Nigel Cass, a man the partisan media calls a charismatic visionary, and Amnesty International calls a war criminal. Albion was given the key to the city to re-establish order following the bombings.
It's connected and corrupt, or I'll eat my hat.
It is. So that's two reasons why we need to find an angle on Cass.
We've found one. His name, Hamish Balaji. Born in London, Balaji was a recipient of the Cass Foundation Technical Scholarship at 14, which included a mentorship with Cass himself. At 16, Balaji designed Cass's first drone fleet. Fun fact, Cass delayed the launch by a week so it would land on Balaji's birthday.
Cass sounds like Balaji's second dad. Why would he help us?
They had a falling out after an incident in the Niger Delta 3 years ago. A buried human rights investigation accuses Cass of ordering a drone fleet to wipe out a village protesting the construction of a pipeline, but the drones malfunctioned before they could. Balaji is named as the likely saboteur. He's been on the run ever since, but now tracking data shows he's reappeared in London.
Shit, he's looking for redemption like with the protesters. This guy designed Cass's drone fleet. I think he's trying to disarm Albion.
He covers his tracks well, but that's a good guess. Unfortunately, according to this Albion intelligence report intercepted by our friend Caitlin Lau, Cass knows Balaji's in London as well. So, that's the op. Make contact with Balaji before Albion finds him. Then convince him we have a mutual enemy in Cass.
So this guy's our best chance to stop Albion and clear our names. And the largest private army on Earth wants him dead. No pressure.
It took some doing, but I've narrowed down the area where we're most likely to find Hamish Balaji. I've pushed the coordinates to your optic.
Why
It's not the sheep that
And sell your dreams, then.
She's got things going. I'm going to nominate Big Nigel. Nigel Package. This is good. I'm just not sure that that kind of thing is good as well. India company, that would have traded out to an army of 250,000 soldiers, which is a lot for a company. The Bug PLC has Alex giving this with it, but truthfully, the traded Albion really should be effective, didn't operate in London. He did it a long way away, out of sight, out of mind. And he went to nominate for the bug off. Alex.
I think today's bug off for me goes to my streaming service. I'm sick of being recommended things based on things I already like. The other day it recommended me to watch a reality TV competitive dating show set in a nude commune. Andy, I watched it and I liked it, and I do not want to be the kind of person who enjoys nude competitive reality television dating shows. I did not want to know that about myself. I have to go sit in the corner and cry.
That's it from the Bug. Don't forget, the live show that is so secret it is definitely not happening at the usual time and place this month. Definitely not, and definitely do not tell anyone not to come to it. It's definitely not happening. Time and place. Bye-bye.
After yet another death in custody, an increasing number of critics are accusing Albion of systematic prisoner maltreatment. Join us on GBB for a thorough examination of the conditions for prisoners in detention.
Hello and welcome back to The Upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering all of London. For those of you who need reminding, as if anyone does...
Balaji has been snooping into Albion's affairs. Quietly, of course, but I've been able to determine that most of his activity stems from this area.
Good. Let's introduce ourselves.
Not so fast. Hamish isn't in, according to his home security. And before you get ideas, he's rigged his front door to a series of traps designed to delete all of his data and then your life. Not necessarily in that order.
Well, someone's paranoid.
To be fair, you are an armed insurgent trying to break into his flat. Anyway, you should be able to connect to the local grid and use security cameras to disarm his traps.
All right.
Any luck yet?
Jesus. You weren't joking about Hamish's affinity for traps?
You could force the traps to unlock by rewiring the power.
Consider it done.
Welcome to Claire and Present Danger, and welcome to Fascist London. Don't let that boot on the back of your neck disturb you. In time, you'll barely feel it. We have to wake up people. If there was a playbook for setting up a totalitarian police state, Albion would be most of the way through it and working on the epilogue. They certainly took advantage of the fallout from the bombings, didn't they? Preyed on the fears of the city government too. They were only too happy to hand Nigel Cass the keys to the city. Wash their hands to the whole mess. The collar will only get tighter now, friends, unless we do something. We can't wait for someone else to fight back. We are the change.
The traps are disarmed. Now, if you go through the front door of the flat, it's much less likely you'll be killed.
Move one more muscle, Chief, and I'll blow the whole place with you in it.
All right, let's just think this through.
Who the fuck are you? And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
I'm offended. Think more antithetically.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You done?
Hold it! Albion knows you're in London. So don't kill me, just run.
Fuck me. You're telling the truth, aren't you? Fucking hell, thought I was careful. Fucking idiot, Amish. Look, Cass is worse than you know.
Obviously. Why else do you think I'm here? For a bloody chat?
Maybe, because Nigel Cass is paying you. That's how fucking mercs work.
Idiot. We want your help. We aren't with Cass. He's the bastard that's behind the bombings and tried to end us.
Mate, you don't know shit. You have no idea what Cass is and what... Move! Fuck! An Albion squad's closing in on you. I guess you weren't lying about that part. Fuck, think, Amish, think. Shit, fine. We'll table it. I'll buy you some time. Just go. No!
Jesus Christ.
Let's get an ambulance for this civilian. Over. Stop right there. Prepare yourself. Be advised, we are on the trail.
They really thought they could catch me?
Control. I've lost the target.
Return to control for millions of people. The system network and Bagley.
I think all that excitement convinced our new friend Hamish that we need to work together to tackle Cass. He's willing to cooperate.
All right, Chief. That was a pretty slick escape. I believe you. So I'll say this. Nigel is planning something, and I don't think I could stop him on my own. If DedSec's everything I've heard, you'll help me.
We can help each other. There's a chance Cass had something to do with the bombings. What could he be planning that's worse than that?
No, that's not like him. Well, not exactly. See, Nigel's got to see himself as the hero. He's an arrogant twat, but he's not a cynic. Every place we go into, we would have some mad plan to fix all his problems. With robot police or automated crop fertilizing or some shit. Society was a technical problem. And people are just bugs in the software, you know? You work around them or you squash them. Sorry, Chief. I've got to switch proxy servers so they don't trace me. I'll hit you right back on voice. Listen. I've got an inside man, right? A contact in Albion. Says Nigel's got this big meeting happening at White Tower. He'll be talking about a major project he's got planned for London.
Working on an upgrade of his private police state? Brilliant. Does this prick ever take a day off? Whatever he's up to, we need eyes on that meeting.
I've always wanted to be in on a caper. Okay, first things first. We'll need eyes on the impregnable target, so off you go. I'll crack on with assembling the right personnel to round out this ragtag bunch of misfits.
Ah, shit. Albion cybersecurity sniffing my proxy IP. Must have traced the detonator signal. I've got to deal with this.
Tower of London? Getting inside will be a challenge, I imagine.
I like to help, fam, but Nigel's caught a whiff now. With all the CTOS cameras, it'd take him less than 5 to ID me. I ain't risking my pretty face.
We need an Albion insider for our caper, one who's willing to turn coat. I've reached out to a contact who works in a nearby pub. Where better to find a bleakly disillusioned anti-hero numbing their conscience with drink, but secretly desperate for redemption. I've let our contact know what we're in the market for, and she's nearby.
It's on the schedule.
Hello.
You lot certainly know how to pick your targets. You do know that Albion have set up their headquarters in there, right?
Trust me, we wouldn't be doing this if there was an alternative. But we have to find out what new project Cass is unveiling at this meeting. There's no other choice.
Fucking Nigel Cass. You're right. Nothing good can come of this. Luckily, I hear loads of sob stories working in a pub. And near this place, quite a few from Albion are dissatisfied with the status quo. You turn on the charm, and I'm sure you can get one to join the good guys. Even got a candidate in mind.
Interesting. Send me the personal information.
I'll have Bagley push it along. Good luck, love.
That's a code for control. I'm out.
We have an Albion operative on our roster. We should let them know they're needed.
A resistance is only as good as the people in it. We're happy to have you.
Yes, I'm ready to go bastard hunting with you lot.
Good to hear.
Nigel Cass's meeting will begin soon. Approach the Tower of London when you're ready. If we're lucky, word hasn't spread that you've hung up your jackboots. Just try to put on your meek, harmless, broken by the system face. Oh, and don't forget your uniform. Looking sharp. Your ex-colleagues won't pay any attention to you unless you let them take a close look.
must be joking.
Seems that manky little nerd was the one who kept diverting relief supplies away from the borough to keep everyone in line for Albion. These days you can do a lot more evil with a spreadsheet than a drone fleet.
Great. You'll be fine.
A word of caution now we're inside. Any disturbance in here and Nigel Cass will surely cancel his meeting. Avoid being detected by your former colleagues or this operation is a bust.
Nigel won't have anything important on this floor.
You seem to know a lot more about him than the average person.
Yeah. I was Albion too, if you hadn't twigged to that. Me and Cass were close once. Looked up to him.
Huh.
He was bigger than life, fam. Literally a tech genius. And I was just a gearhead kid. I wanted to be like him. That's why I joined up.
Seriously?
Didn't find out he was a murderous prick until later.
Can't wait to see it roll out.
Forget it.
This is going to make our jobs that much easier and safer.
Yeah, I got nothing to report. You don't think it's going to make certain aspects of our job redundant, do you?
Not a chance. Director Cass takes care of his own. You know that.
Fair point.
Everything is proceeding on schedule, and Mr. Cass is as determined as ever to make the White Tower as safe as possible from terrorist attacks. I believe he has ensured that every security measure has been properly taken so that we are all well protected. As he likes to say, there's nothing more valuable than our people's history.
That's quite admirable. Given that level of confidence, you saying this intends to be open?
Get this
Of course, I've seen the plans myself. The museum will be reopening once we're confident it's secure. Mr. Cass is paying top dollar to upgrade the museum as part of that security, as well as some general improvements. Example, there will be interactive 3D displays cued to the viewer's optic. And
stop clicking around.
My word. I dare say it sounds like
Their damn boots before coming in. Like I haven't got enough to do. Dealing with construction.
Why would any self-respecting conspiracy go through the bother?
Can't even have a real conversation. We will
Yours true. Finally, I get so vexed by their gossip. Guess what the wankers do? They go to come and see. Verbally abused by me.
Total pessimist.
Believe it. Bastards get mentally, and I get stuck in sentences. Goes in and out of his flat. Where's his level? I bump into the is the most antisocial business.
I heard someone saying DedSec.
They better not be. Just a bunch of terrorists.
This door clearly requires a security pass.
Great.
Use one of the nearby computers to create your forgery.
Be careful. You don't want to know what Nigel does with trespassers.
It really is a crisis. Some people just refuse to live in reality. How do you even begin to talk to someone like that?
With that black briefcase. Where's his leather gloves? Even in July.
Oh, I know. Director Cass is a genius engineer, but everything he designs is weaponized.
I know.
I heard
he's a little obsessed, but he's trying to keep people... Yeah, I know what you mean. But there's always the element of
Sure, but I thought you're taking care of them. No.
You mean DedSec?
It'll take some time for the forgery to be ready. To keep you occupied, I dragged up still images and a recording from an internal investigation into Cass Sr.'s death.
Let's see it.
Internal Psych Assessment AS001 Subject Cass Nigel. Mr. Cass experienced a deeply traumatic event when he witnessed the murder of his father, Gareth Cass, CEO of Albion. He began exhibiting symptoms soon after what he frequently described as the random event. Mr. Cass's initial symptoms included insomnia, paranoia, distorted blame, and recurring flashbacks. However, he appears to have channeled his anger and self-described powerlessness into his work to ensure that Albion become, quote, a mechanism for preventing unpredictable violence. It seems somewhat of a mania, edging on psychosis. For me, this raises concerns about Mr. Cass's fitness to run a multinational security company. But I cannot, at this time, make any recommendation beyond continued monitoring, especially considering that I have been asked to close this file.
So, looks like Cass has some issues to work through. Would have been nice if he had done that before he had to secure London.
Yeah, well, Nigel's never close to anyone but his dad. And me, I guess. Never had much faith in people, really.
Well, the pass is ready, but rough. If this resistance thing doesn't work out, I doubt you'll make a living as a document forger. Let's give it a go anyway. Nigel Cass awaits.
How's it going? Seemed a bit tense.
Always keeps a clear straw. Goes in and out of his flat with that black briefcase. Where's his leather gloves? I'll bump in.
Nothing to report here. How are you getting on with those metrics?
What is the most social business?
Wouldn't do to miss it. He's presenting to the stakeholders.
Welcome to Project Themis. Our new autonomous drones. These drones can identify, isolate, and terminate threats before they can do harm. They can go anywhere, see everything. They could kill a man alone in an alley or in a crowd of hundreds with perfect precision. Themis drones can do what humans have always struggled to. Act immediately and decisively. Without your support, I couldn't stand here and tell you, but I promise you, that with the launch of Project Themis, London will be the first city in the world to be made truly safe.
Mr. Cass, I was hoping you called us all in here today to discuss the ethical issues.
No, it's all right. The Commissioner cares, as we all do. I admire his passion and his dedication. Let's talk ethics.
Well, for one, Themis goes far beyond Albion's mandate. We really should have more government consultation.
I see. Delay the launch so that we can debate and assess the details.
We're missing the human element here. I can get the Defense Minister on the line right now.
Well, if you feel you must. It's the human element that got us into this. No more debate, delay, indecision. Understand this. I will not allow anyone, not even myself, to jeopardize Themis. Now, will our friends at Tidus be ready? You are the cornerstone of the project after all. Do you need to consult any outside parties?
No. We'll be ready.
And just in time. Criminals running our streets. Illegals threatening our families. The police commissioner himself. Assassinated by terrorists. Decisiveness is hard. But here's the best part. Once this decision is made, no more will be required of you.
Drinks on me.
Attention! A building-wide security sweep has been initiated due to document breach.
I warned you about that forgery. Your uniform will help. Don't let them get a close look at you.
I need an exit, Bagley.
The catacombs, fam. Saw Nigel in action in there, didn't you? Man can be very, persuasive.
He's certainly efficient and cold-blooded, and fully committed to rolling out this Themis project. Not good news. What the hell? Damn.
Shit!
I do not like this at all. What was that?
Fucking hell. Albion's top secret project is an automated killing machine. And it looks like Cass is almost ready to launch. We have to get Themis out of his hands.
I'll prepare a briefing. Will we see you there, Hamish?
Pretty face, not risking, remember? But patch me in. You and me got some scheming to do, Bagley.
People, not machines! People, not machines!
I'm here. Target was observed.